Hey everybody, welcome to this very special Zoom event for hempSMART. My name is Doug. I'm one of your speakers and I'm your host today. And we're super excited to have you here. There could be a number of ways that you got here. Perhaps you are a guest wanting to learn more. Maybe somebody that knows, loves, and cares about you thought there would be some great information shared that you might benefit from. Perhaps you received a personal invite. Heck, you might have just been out on social media and just seen a post and been really curious. You know, the topic that we're going to address tonight for the next few minutes is, it's a big one. And unless you're living under a rock or without any technology, it's probably something that you are seeing and hearing about. It seems like I do when I'm on Facebook, for example. Everywhere I turn, it seems like somebody has an opinion. There's all this information and just it's kind of a craze right now. It's not a fad, but it is something very large that we're seeing a lot of information out there about right now. And the thing about that, one of the reasons that we're here today for is to really help you to dispel, you know, the fact from the fiction. The problem about all of that information and that information overload stage that we're in today in our society is that a lot of it can be inaccurate. And it's really important for you and to us for you that you have the right information to make some excellent decisions regarding your family, your life, maybe your lifestyle. We're here today to talk briefly about hemp and CBD. That might be something that you're seeing quite a bit of, especially real recently, and there are several reasons for that. But first I want to welcome you, guests, curiosity seekers, affiliates, folks wanting to know more, and we're super excited that you are here to share a few minutes with us. Thank you. Guys, we're here talking about hemp and CBD, and there are two things really that are driving all of this activity and growth that you might be seeing, hearing about. One is that there are product testimonials out there for people that are having some pretty amazing success stories with different products. So that's something, you know, people begin talking. And the other is that the other thing that happens is when there is this kind of growth, this kind of interest and activity, it often fuels and drives shifts in humanity, shifts in economy, all kinds of different things that can create the next opportunity, big business opportunity if you're an entrepreneur or a business person, or maybe a big opportunity if you're somebody who has some challenges with your health or maybe how you're feeling, things like that. So a little bit of background quickly, just for a moment. What is driving, we talked a little bit about the, you know, what's driving the changes in people's behaviors and this industry growth. One of the things is that people, I think that people everywhere, maybe you'll agree, we're in an age where people want answers. They want to be able to make their own decisions based on being educated, having validation. They want to have all the information so that they have options and they can be able to make decisions for themselves that best fit their lifestyle and what it is that they're looking for. So they're demanding natural, effective solutions that work. That's kind of a new, you know, it's a new thing. Maybe we're in that age of consumer empowerment. The internet is driving that, absolutely, because of the access to information. People are gaining that access to new products in the marketplace. And another thing is that restrictions, as far as what you're able to see, gain access to, purchase, your options, those restrictions and laws are being changed. They're constantly changing. There's an example later this month, I believe right at the end of September, there'll be a big bill that's being voted on, and it's called the 2018 Farm Act. And that's something that is going to have a dramatic impact on people's abilities to what they have access to, what they can purchase, what the marketplace looks like. So more than anything, though, from a single factor of why we're here, of why you may be saying, holy cow, what is going on with CBD, with these hemp-based solution companies, is that people are having some amazing results And what do people do when they do that? They're talking, aren't they? They share. When you go to a great restaurant, you probably go to work and tell 50 people about it. When you try a new product and it works for you and you feel better, for example, you can't help but just get excited and maybe giddy, and you're telling every person you know, oh my gosh, I tried this, here's what happened for me. So all that is kind of fueling this unprecedented growth in an industry that, you know, we're going to talk just for a moment, and then we have a couple of very special guest speakers about the things that are lining up, whether you're on the product side potentially of what you're interested in, maybe some health solutions, maybe some answers that you haven't been able to find thus far. Maybe you're just curious. Maybe you're on the business side. Maybe you're an entrepreneur. Maybe you've been involved in businesses before. You know this is big and getting bigger every day. No matter what side of the fence you're on, this is an industry that, so I like the three quick things that line up. One is the right timing. And the right timing is that this country is opening up, kind of behind a lot of other countries in the world, but we're getting there to where, like I said, the laws, the restrictions, the access, but the timing is perfect. You know, entities like Forbes, for example, that people trust, not to say just them, but many entities of that caliber, they're predicting this industry that right now is practically doubling every year. They're predicting the CBD and hemp wellness industry, personal care. They're predicting about a 600% increase in just the next several years of those products being sold and those services. So that's a several billion-dollar industry, and it's almost unfathomable. But that's the right timing. You are at the beginning, maybe, of hearing about the product or the industry or everything that's happening. Right timing. The other is the company that's involved. There are companies out in this space. Be careful. There are various, Paula will often say, not all CBD is created equally equal. And there are a lot of people, anytime that there's a great opportunity, you know, let the buyer beware. It's very important that you get educated, because there are a lot of companies out there. Tonight, we're talking about a company named hempSMART. It is publicly traded. It's owned by a company, MCOA. Just a second, guys. I'm going to try to mute out something.
Off. It should be mute everybody.
All right. Well, no, that's not it. All right, guys. Speakers, you'll have to unmute yourselves if you can, or I'll unmute you in a moment. Sorry about that, guys. I want to have the best sound quality for you as possible, but we're here talking about a company that, in a space where there are smaller companies and opportunistic individuals and entities popping up everywhere. We were one of the first ones to the table, hempSMART. We are a company that is investing heavily in our future, in the industry, with platforms, with new products. But we are publicly traded, and what that means is the information that you're about to hear about us is out there for everyone to scrutinize. We have to be fully reporting and have open books for the FTC, for the FDA, for the people, you know, in order to be in that space. So we have to operate. The company you're about to hear more about, we operate in a space that very few companies do. And that's the second factor. So right timing, right company, with products, with opportunity. And the third really is the right products themselves. So you're going to hear a little bit from a product expert in a moment about what it means to be set apart from everybody else in the marketplace. You know, why that person with years and years of experience is ecstatic about this particular company, where we're headed, and what makes our products different in an arena where you could have quite a few choices. So guys, that is what we're here to learn more about. If you're just joining us, maybe you're a guest tonight, welcome. And, you know, it really is important. Before we go on any further, I would like to bring on a colleague of mine, a friend, someone I've known for years. And it's really important, I think, to get the perspective every time she speaks I realize just how little I know in a great way. But, it's important to have that dialogue and be able to hear the perspective of someone who not only is the chairperson of the hempSMART Medical Board, she's a nurse practitioner and many other titles, too many to mention, for the last 30 plus years. She's committed her life to helping thousands of people in all kinds of different scenarios. I'd like to introduce, thanks so much for joining us, Paula Vetter. Paula, I'm going to put you on the spot right away and say, it's a fascinating conversation, no matter what angle somebody may be coming in at, listening to this. What brings you to hempSMART? You obviously have a lot of choices. You've blessed quite a few companies with what you know, with being aligned with them in the past. Why hempSMART? Why this company?
Well, as you said, the timing is right for CBD. I began my research into CBD 12 years ago when my mother was suffering with Alzheimer's, and it was one of the few natural things that offered some hope in terms of giving her some relief from some of her symptoms. But when I learned about hempSMART, I was invited to a meeting with the founders of the company, and they needed some input in terms of formulation and ingredients. And I've been a certified herbalist in addition to a nurse practitioner, so that's kind of my territory, that's my wheelhouse. And they already had some great ideas, but when I said, instead of this, I would tweak it a little bit and use this form, and I would add that, and you could consider this, but it's going to be really expensive. And they said, we don't care about expense, we're going to make the best. There wasn't a moment's hesitation about their commitment to quality and what was safe, natural, effective, and committed to results. And I've always said I'm not product loyal, I'm results loyal. And at hempSMART, the quality, the transparency, the integrity of the company, and just the desire to be the best and to spread the best worldwide is why I'm here.
Excellent, Paula. Thank you. I know that we talk quite a bit. It seems in this day and age, people are maybe seeing CBD-based products everywhere. We even say, heck, don't be surprised to be at your local gas station filling up. You might see CBD drops or some type of product right on the counter there. But you have to be careful. I can't help but think of the phrase, let the buyer beware. And I know you recently wrote a report that you called Not All CBD is Created Equal. Could you touch on that just for a moment?
Exactly. And our bodies are hardwired to use CBD. We have specialized receptors that we know that we make CBD. CBD is in breast milk. So it's important to our bodies. But like you said, it's an area that's become so popular that Joe Schmo can go make a vat of CBD in his garage and sell it. It's not a real well-regulated space. But because our CBD comes from hemp, it is totally legal in all 50 states. Hemp is a great cleaner of the soil. It's wonderful for the planet. So it pulls out herbicides and toxins and heavy metals and all sorts of contaminants. So it leaves the soil very healthy, but where does that stuff end up but in the hemp plant? So if you're getting hemp from an undisclosed grower who isn't particular about where it comes from, you're putting lots of junk in your body along with CBD. So you want to make sure that your CBD is organically grown. You want to be sure that you're getting full spectrum CBD. In other words, it's not just the CBD, but other cofactors like CBN and CBG and terpenes that Mother Nature put in that plant to make it work synergistically. To get the full, what we call the entourage effect, you need a full spectrum CBD. Is it more expensive? Sure it is. Is it more effective? Absolutely, and the science proves that. So you want it to be organically grown, you want it to be full spectrum, and we all know, the old adage, it must be true, I saw it on the internet. People can make all kinds of claims about their CBD, so you want to be sure that you have independent third-party testing by a certified lab who says, yes, this is what's in this CBD, and they've proven that this harmful stuff is not. So we meet those criteria. We're committed to give you good, pure, organically grown, full spectrum stuff that's going to work in the way that we want it to work in your body.
Excellent, excellent. I know, Paula, that you've been busy. You've been holding events. You're having things happen where you're going and visiting. Probably more than anybody that I personally know. Your wheelhouse, one of those, is health professionals. And could you touch us for a moment? People may be thinking, yes, this is accessible for individuals to use in home. It's over the counter. There's no prescription, nothing like that. But it's fascinating that in a time and an arena where, we're talking about people's practices where their livelihood and their reputation is on the line, they're really receptive to this. And a lot of those folks are beginning to carry our products right in their waiting rooms or their businesses. Is that true?
Absolutely. I'm working with MDs, I'm working with naturopathic doctors, I'm working with chiropractors, I'm working with veterinarians. And once I show them the science of, this is what's been shown that CBD can do with our endocannabinoid system. Our endocannabinoid system is the orchestra conductor for the body. And I tell people CBD doesn't treat any disease or cure any disease. What it does is to enable our endocannabinoid system, that's a 50-cent word, to orchestrate and balance all of our hormones, all of our brain chemistry, all of the chemicals of inflammation in the body. So it magnifies or enhances the wisdom of every cell in the body to function the way it's supposed to. We're designed to be resilient against health challenges, and CBD supports the endocannabinoid system in doing that.
I know, thank you. I know that there's no greater joy I feel than when I hear someone's personal account of how maybe they've tried all kinds of different things, drugs, unfortunately, pharmaceutical or toxic solutions. I'm not saying to stop taking your medicine, but I am saying that a lot of those folks, more and more I hear, other things have not worked for them, and then they've had a great positive experience with one or several of these products.
Exactly.
Yeah, excellent. All right, Paula. Well, you know what? I know we're both excited. There are new products coming, new technologies. This is quickly becoming and will become a global company. And we're really set to dominate not only an industry and a marketplace, but really there's a responsibility for the company to, with that along with is a responsibility to, to really do the absolute best for people, whether it's creating new science and discovering it, whether it's making our products more accessible. But I just love what you do. Keep on doing that, Paula. Anything else for us today? What's next on Paula Vetter's horizon? I know that we have a large event coming up. A lot of people are excited that you're going to be addressing products and compliance and different things. And so that's a great opportunity. And I'm just excited to hear everything that you have to share.
Yeah, I think the October event is going to be monumental. I think it will, people will look back on that in 10 years and say, I'm so glad as I was at the kickoff event for this amazing company. And the thing that I'm trying to do behind the scenes is make people realize, most people are aware that CBD is not the same as marijuana, but there's still that confusion sometimes, and marijuana and hemp are in the same family, just like Chihuahuas and Great Danes are in the same canine family, but they're very different. So that's part of my passion, is to spread that message that hemp or CBD from hemp is very different than talking about marijuana, and also to let people know that our CBD is THC free. There is absolutely nothing in it, regardless of how much you consume, that can make you high or make you fail a drug test. So giving people that comfort level, I think, is huge sometimes.
Absolutely. I'm so glad that you brought up that point. I think that's one of the reasons probably why we are so attractive to professionals, to people in the legal industry, the medical industry, pilots, all the folks that are in your different professional medical and health disciplines. So it's great to be working with you again and be aligned with a company that's committed to those kinds of ideals and that integrity. So Paula, thanks so much for joining us. As always, we'll see you next time, and I'm sure we'll speak very soon. And we really appreciate your time. I know you're very busy.
My pleasure.
All right. All right, guys. So that's it's very interesting. You know, I've known Paula for decades together, and you know, to know someone of that caliber, that experience, that wants to bring everything they have to the table to educate the consumer, to make the absolute best choices possible. That's just something that I love being a part of every day, and we all do. You know, the other side, so the other side of what we do, what hempSMART is about, we are a company committed to getting health solutions, natural CBD, hemp-based solutions, personal care products out to the consumer. The other side of that, as we talked about earlier, is this growth, this unprecedented interest, focus, attention out in the world. No matter what news program you're turning on, it seems like you're hearing about these stocks, these companies, this marketplace. It is, I hate to say the word boom, but it is the current and next boom. It's not a fad, it's here to stay. But what's happening is people are realizing that when you have those kinds of shifts in people's buying patterns, in technologies, in accessibilities, there are sometimes incredible opportunities for the individual. Why is that? It's because our products, everything that you're hearing about, that hopefully you will try soon and have your own experience, they're just shared by word of mouth. And what happens is, as that creates sharing, as it creates sales and revenue and so forth, individuals like yourself, like people watching this rebroadcast, they stand to gain. It's like we said earlier, imagine sharing a great movie or a great restaurant, but every time that you do with passion and conviction, imagine that you earn something from that. Not just the heartfelt, how it feels to help someone, and that's a big part of what we're about, but also just maybe in helping you with your situation or your family's situation. Our next guest is someone who really is quite remarkable, who has done something in a very short period of time. That's one of the reasons I asked him to join us here today. He is a hempSMART affiliate. He's one of our folks who, quite frankly, had an amazing experience and realized, wow, this is something that I have to get involved with. He's had a remarkable first less than 90 days in our business. Bruce Waterman, you're there on camera. Thanks so much for joining us, Bruce, and we really appreciate you being here today.
Thank you for having me, Doug. It's awesome to see everybody here. Thank you.
You know, Bruce, I know that you're a particular interest to me, your story, because I know that you have had several other large successes. You're someone who really could kind of go anywhere, I'm realizing, and do anything. But when somebody shared this with you, something clicked for you. You realized that this is going to be a place, and it is a place that you need to be. And I'm wondering, can you share that first experience for you? What was it like? Were you introduced to the products or the business? What was that initial story? What does it look like?
Well, you know, it was interesting because I happened to come across this opportunity and this industry by happenstance. And Doug, you're talking about how CBD and hemp and even medical marijuana is being talked about. The buzz is all out there on all these different venues in the media. And just so happened I found, or brought my attention to CBD by my 94-year-old mother-in-law listening to a radio program, talk show, where they're talking about all the benefits of CBD. She says, well, gee, I need all this stuff. I'm 94 years old. I have all these issues. This is what I need. Where can I get some? So my wife came home and said, told me the story. And I said, wow, this is amazing. I happen to know the COO of this company called hempSMART. So I did some research. And what I found was amazing because I'm an entrepreneur. I look for opportunities. And I found this as an opportunity like none other because of the timing as you talked about. You know, the hemp industry since 2012 till now has grown to $820 million industry. But from that, the CBD-derived products from hemp has grown to $190 million industry. So those sales are huge. But here's what gets my attention. Between now and 2022, the hemp industry will grow from $820 million to $1.9 billion. And of that, the hemp derived or the CBD derived products from hemp will grow to 646 million, leading all sales in the hemp industry. So I see that as the timing of between now and 2022 to be able to take and capture a piece of that marketplace. And it's almost like being involved in a company like Microsoft or Apple when they first got started. If anybody got involved in the infancy of those stages of those companies, they become very wealthy. And so it's all about timing and being involved in an opportunity where you can maximize and take advantage of the opportunity to capture market share and have this thing grow and ride the wave of success and building your income.
Yeah, you bring up a great point, Bruce, and that is we talk about this often, and that is I've got, the years that I've spent both as a sharer in the fields of different companies, and then more recently on the corporate side of companies, is that we rarely get the opportunity. Maybe many of you watching this live or the rebroadcast, you probably have been in, if you're here for an entrepreneurial interest, for business, for income, for solutions and lifestyle, you probably have been involved in different businesses before, but we rarely get there or get a chance to participate early on. I myself had several instances where I was able to make some great improvements in my life. I had some great experiences, but the true growth, what I really was after from an entrepreneur's perspective, had already occurred. I was just a few years too late. But in this scenario, we're actually right at the forefront of something that is exploding, but we haven't really reached that tipping point yet. I think the Farm Bill later this month might do that. Going global for hempSMART is a big factor, our new platform, compensation, these different things. But it's just so exciting, and you can always tell when the true entrepreneurs join a company that have a lot of experience. It's because they know what's coming. And so it's something, if you're watching this and you're just curious, maybe you're fascinated, maybe you just, you want to get some more information. This is a company that is set to dominate this industry. We are prepared to really be a player in this space. And you are here really when everybody would like to be finding out about a business. So, Bruce, I know one thing that I'm excited. You're a humble man. You're not going to blow your own horn, so to speak. But I want to congratulate you for two things. One is that in less than 90 days of being here from enrolling to today, you are a bronze affiliate leader. That's come from not only acquiring a good amount of customers and helping people with the product. It also comes from some of those people saying, wow, this is a great opportunity. Do you think I could be part of your team? Could I benefit from that too? You've combined both of those things. So congratulations on doing something that nobody else here has done and doing it in record time, so to speak. And the other thing I know is I'm not going to, just like with we don't make health claims at hempSMART. We also don't do income claims. That's not legal. But I know that financially, you've been able to do some things here. I hope it's okay to say this, really in 90 days that in some other experiences with you, that hasn't happened in years. Is that accurate?
Yes, absolutely. I am so impressed of the results I've gotten, but me not focusing on that. I didn't focus on my earnings or how much money I was going to make. I just saw a company that is just getting off the ground in its infancy stage that I can be part of to help grow. And in the process of my enthusiasm and knowing what I have, who I'm with, the company that I'm with that's publicly traded, with the best product on the marketplace as far as quality, purity, cleanliness, and actual content, I know I have all the elements I need to help share that experience, to help grow a customer base as well as a team of people to help get hempSMART into the marketplace. And this business is all about leverage. So I'm sitting here talking to you, and we're having a great conversation, but I have somebody in my team out there somewhere that's leveraging my time of having to explain hempSMART and the opportunity and the products to the people that they know. So basically, they're helping grow this company with me just sitting here. I have the leverage of growing this opportunity through the efforts of other people. and we're all going to benefit because this is a wave that's going to take us all to a place that I can't even imagine in about 2 or 3 years.
You know, that is the amazing part. I mean, you've done all this in the United States only. Can you imagine your future a year or two down the road, tens of countries open for hempSMART around the world, and you were one of the first leaders really to bust it wide open? You know, I want to congratulate you again, Bruce. I know you're busy. You probably have events happening out there. We were on a Zoom together this morning with your team. I just want to thank you for your time, and I'm excited to do even more amazing things together. So we will see you next time. And unless you have anything, Bruce, thank you so much for joining us.
You know, thank you, Doug. And I just want to add that I'm not a health and wellness guy. I knew nothing about CBD or endocannabidiol or the endocannabinoid system, or I couldn't even pronounce those things. I'm learning as I go. But it's just by pure enthusiasm and belief in what I have and sharing this with people, that's what attracted. It's not how much I knew, but it's about me sharing something special, and the rest just kind of falls into place. So I did not wait, and I'm not waiting for everything to be perfectly aligned. I knew I just had to jump in and get started, and then in the process, I will be way ahead of those people that are waiting on the sidelines, waiting for things to happen.
It's an excellent point, Bruce. Hey, I look forward to seeing you next month at the Southwest Regional event, and I'm sure it won't be the last time that we're blowing your horn here on one of our Zoom or Facebook Live events. Bruce, thank you.
Doug. It's a pleasure to be here and an honor. Thank you so much.
All right, you bet.
Everyone.
All right, guys. So as we wrap up, I just want to say thank you for your time. And if there's one thing that I could suggest is, you know, get back to the person who let you know about this live event. Reply to an email, get back to them with Facebook Messenger, and call them back, what have you. But this is just too good of a thing, no matter what level your interest might be on, just to get some more answers. You know, there are a number of ways that you could at least push it a little further. One is you could get a sample of a product. We have a lot of different products. They're suited for different things. And your person that invited you here can share a little bit more about what those are and what's available. They can get a sample to you. You could order some product and get started right away with your own testimonial for your product usage. And if you want more out of maybe your life or your lifestyle, we talk about the American dream quite a bit and how that seems to kind of have gone away. This is I think Bruce said it, this is a great vehicle, you know, for you to leverage something that's already set up that works amazingly well, where you get to win, where you get to be the beneficiary, whether you want to help your church, your parents, your kids, yourself. And this is an amazing opportunity, time, everything to be able to make that leap, make that shift to abundance and whatever it is that you want more out of in life. So help yourself with your own health, help others in your life. This is a chance to help. If you're into the planet and the sustainability movement, this is a green company. It's a chance to potentially be part of something much bigger than yourself and have just a great sense of purpose, of something that makes you feel fantastic. And also have a lot of fun. What we do in hempSMART, if you're involved on a business level, is we have a lot of fun. We'd love to see you get started and join us at the regional event in Carlsbad, California next month. So thank you. God bless everybody. And I want to just leave you with this one thought before we go. Thanks for joining us, everybody that's here. And that is that you may be just one decision away from completely changing your life. And that's the truth. Everybody, have a great evening. Thank you for being here. And we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, everybody.